I'm jealous of those avocado slices.
Yeah, they look, there's no tarnishing there.
I
It's
know,
just, geez,
perfection.
almost
Anyway,
fluorescent, you know?
yeah,
Kind of got that green about them.
I've finished the first volume of this Ty Bollinger set. And this was from 2015, so probably a lot of you've already seen this. I haven't, though. So I'm learning my way through it. Paul Baratiero, CPED, Florida Molecular Hydrogen. 400 studies, 4 human cell signaling capabilities, 200 gene expressions can be changed, upregulated, downregulated with molecular hydrogen in the body. Fiber is broken down by bacteria and hydrogen is the byproduct. Concentrated molecular hydrogen benefits cancer. Water put through electrolysis produces water full of hydrogen. Hydroxyl radical damages, and I put in brackets, I am not understanding how this is good. Inhalation of hydrogen is also beneficial to one's health. Water ionizer produces hydrogen. Most people drink the hydrogenated water.
Hydroxyl sounds bad.
I don't know what was
Okay.
going on back there, so I just put I didn't understand it. You
Okay.
can watch it if you care.
Okay.
Where was I? Concentration increases and it goes more alkaline. So put more lemon juice into it to buffer the pH. The pH should be lower when drinking it, but adding lemon doesn't lower the hydrogen in the water, so just add the lemon to hydrogenated water. Hydrogen enriched water is healthy to consume. That's what they say. But I mean, that's coming from this guy who makes the machine. So Dr. Russell Baylock, MD. Breast cancer often metastasizes to brain or bone. Cancer seems to go to a site to be tagged, and the brain is one of the tagging sites. So it attracts cancer to the brain or bone, or so often they'll have spine injuries and don't even know they have breast cancer, the patients. Only stem cells seem to be the source of cancer. DNA of stem cell damage becomes cancer. It's the stem cell that is the problem, but the chemo only controls the daughter cells, not the stem cells themselves. Then the inflammation chemicals cause even more DNA damage, so cancer becomes more aggressive. Chemo radiation are inflammatory and changes it to more malignance. Wall of tumor is really body trying to contain tumor. Curcumin, quercetin, vitamin C will suppress the proteinase enzyme so cancer can't penetrate. Flavonoid extract effects on cancer. Leukemia is treatable with quercetin. Curcumin kills cancer stem cell, not normal stem cells. The normal cells made stronger with flavonoids. 70% of those with cancer were found to have chronic inflammation, earlier diagnosis, typically now, but they aren't actually living any longer, patients. If they had a later diagnosis, if you ask a doctor about the side effects and such things, they legally have to tell you, but they won't volunteer this information. Ghost articles are actually written by pharma companies and have oncologists put their name on it, so it ends up in prestigious journal, and doctors believe it's independent, but it wasn't actually an independent study at all. Curcumin is most researched. It influences so many things that cancer can't get around. Glutamate receptors in every cell of the body. Excitotoxin. Glutamate stimulates cancer, makes it highly invasive. Block glutamate receptors. Cancer cells start dying. Glutamate blockers taken with chemo improves response. Selective glutaminase block. Tumor shrinks. Cancer cells use glucose and glutamine. Cancer cells only use anaerobic system. Glutamine is encouraged to heal leaky gut, but this is not safe. Black beans and mushrooms are high in glutamine, so you don't want to eat those foods either, says this person. Producers started taking MSG off the label and even put contains no MSG, but then included sources of glutamine. Hydrolyzed protein, soy protein isolate, soy protein concentrate, autolyzed yeast, caseinate, all of which are extremely high in glutamate. Soy is naturally high in glutamate, and glutamine as well as aluminum and fluoride and manganese. It has a lot of toxins. Soy is a very bad food, very high in glutamate. Natural glutamate blockers, all flavonoids. They do it safely. Vaccine, stimulant injected, do it again, priming, then full activation of microglia. This is what is done with children. Interferes with brain cell development. Since 1980, a host of vaccines added, and we're seeing more autism and such. It doesn't harm if just primed, but vaccinations repeated cause the activation in the brain. Produce high-intensity inflammation in brain. Could be the cause of high rates of childhood cancer or neurological diseases. Capitalism without morality is a monster. Aspartame now being removed from Pepsi. All independent studies found problems, while none of the producer studies said it was safe. It's said it was unsafe. It's carcinogenic and combines with other carcinogens to become even more carcinogenic. The guy who approved it in FDA then went on to work for a producer of aspartame. Italian study Rossini looked into aspartame, and he was impeccable with research and found increase in cancer. So he redid it with a lifetime study and confirmed it definitely caused cancer. The producers cut the study off at the time when the tumors start appearing. The same thing done with GMOs. Aspartame, leptin receptors, but aspartame and glutamate burns out that nucleus, so leptin level starts rising, inflammatory, and you start gaining weight. Aspartame has tyrosine in it, phenylalanine, which stimulates hypoglycemia, which makes you eat more. Aspartame causes obesity, is linked to cancer. Brains aren't complete until age 27. Definitely shouldn't have aspartame or glutamate before age 27. Do research and ask oncologists critical questions. Juice a lot of vegetables. Allison Huish, RD, from Arizona, used frankincense oil, got body to alkaline state. She uses clove oil. She used it on her scar, but put a drop of frankincense oil on tongue also, and then put the tongue to the top of the mouth. Repeated every 2 hours. She'd had brain cancer on brainstem. Her tumor encapsulated and shrank. Took 3 years to shrink to nothing. She still takes the frankincense oil daily. Dr. David Jockers, DC. Sugar impairs immune system. Dr. John Ellie found white blood cells need 20 times more vitamin C than normal cells. The vitamin C goes through some same pathway as sugar gets into cell through insulin. That means that cells have a greater affinity for glucose than vitamin C. And when blood sugar is elevated, we are unable to get vitamin C into the cell. The phagocytic index, how effective your white cells are at fighting infection. Blood glucose of 120 lowers phagocytic index by 75%. Fasting blood sugar of 120 is pre-diabetic. Most people get a temporary blood sugar level above 120 in the morning just after they eat their cereal. Just Cheerios will do this, not even sugary cereal. High-carb diets will do this. Oxygen therapy, cancerous cells are hypoxic. Low oxygen environment sends out VEGF, vascular endothelial growth factor, which signals body to produce abnormal blood vessels that feed into the whole cancer tumors, angiogenesis, so body pumped up with oxygen to make cancer cells more exposed to our own immune system. Or chemo, if they chose to go that route. Oxidative stress, every cell has the KEAP1 pathway, and then it tags the NRF2 pathway, which triggers the enzyme signals the antioxidant response element to amplify the antioxidant defense system. Opens floodgates, 4 key compounds, resveratrol, berries, sulforaphane, cruciferous vegetables, broccoli, sprouts, best. Curcumin with black pepper, catkins, green tea, dark chocolate with no sugar. Taking a supplement of turmeric is more effective. Be sure you take black pepper with supplement of turmeric if you take it. A.J. Lanigan. He's been able to manufacture beta-1,3-D glucan for only $1 a pill. It can be used to mitigate damage caused by chemo, immune therapy, detoxing, non-GMO or key. Dr. Lana Coldwell, NMD, PhD. Cancer is just a symptom, instinct-based therapy. Happy people vibrate faster. Childhood cancers caused by vaccination. Mercury crosses blood-brain barrier. Baking soda douche cured cervical cancer since it's a fungus. Fungus can only exist in an acidic environment, so cancer can only exist in an acidic environment. Cancer caused mostly by emotional stress. Since 1911, cancer known to only exist in anaerobic acidic environments, so get oxygen into alkaline system. Green juice to fill body with oxygen. 400 natural cures for cancer. Identify and eliminate negative energies in your life. If you don't treat the root cause of your emotional imbalance, your cancer will come back, even if it's been controlled with turmeric, oxygen, and alkaline system. Chemo based on mustard gas that had been used to kill soldiers, so they decided to put it into people with the hope that you kill everything off and only the flowers will grow back in the garden. But really, it'll be the weeds that grow back. Breast cancer, run from the cure. 50 pounds pressure on mammography. Mammogram, increased cancer risk by 2%. Breast cancer grows 7 to 12 years to a size where you can even feel it. Lymph system neutralizes poison. Body builds a bag and puts the poison in it. Body traps poison in one spot. That's a tumor. Don't poke a hole in it or put 50 pounds of pressure on it so it'll force poison out of the tumor. Medicine is a religion, not a science. Robert Scott Bell, vaccines are the sacred cow of the Church of Biological Mysticism. Rockefeller, worldwide pharmaceutical and media control of American medical. For 200 years, naturopathy has been a science in Germany, and they can't get rid of it there. Bribery factor of MD is incredible. Medical doctor has shortest lifespan of any profession, 56 years, high suicide rate. Doctors start out good and get corrupted. It should be success-based medicine. They invented ADHD and fibromyalgia to fob drugs off on them. 7 families have 99% of the world's wealth. The system's rigged. Doctor cured patients with $7 worth of apricot seeds, and is still in prison. Hoxie treatment. Royal Life frequency machine works to treat cancer. Every cancer can be cured in 2 to 6 weeks if they haven't already had chemo. Frequency 13 Hz for cancerous cell, and healthy cell is 70 Hz. The energy changes. We are just frequency and vibration. As soon as our energy level changes, cancer is often a suicide command. Stress makes person not want to live anymore. There's no such thing as false hope. Identify why you want to die, and then change, and want to live. Know you can be healed. Sayer G., Florida. Chemo radiation resistance. Gamma radiation will damage all exposed tissue. Ionizing carcinogenic will often cause secondary cancers. Cause enrichment of mother stem cell cancer cells are fast dividing. Start with inflammation. Cancers and unresolved inflammatory response. Cancer stem cells are misinformed. Rogue stem cell try to invade other tissues. Genotoxic chemicals don't target the stem cell, only daughter cells. Tumors don't invade other tissues, can cause problems with obstruction over time. Unless you target cancer stem cells, it will keep coming back. Hair follicle cells and intestinal cells are fast dividing cells. Cancer is misguided regenerative process. Microenvironment, detox supplement, hydrate, oxygenate. Herbs to target those stem cells and not others. Turmeric, resveratrol, sulforaphane, green tea, and onions. Organic plants are the only ones to produce these phytochemicals in significant amounts. In some cases, organic produce has 100 times the polyphenols of conventional produce. Plants produce this phytochemical to protect themselves against insects. So if they don't need the protection due to insecticide use, they aren't nearly as rich in these phytochemicals. Overdiagnosis makes it appear that treatment results have improved when they haven't. BRCA 1 and 2 confers greater risk because BRCA proteins protect you. BRCA 1 and 2 are viewed as mutations. SNPs are variations from a norm. Some of the variations show survival advantage is from cancer. Cancer is actually an amazing life force of regenerative energy. Children are the canaries in the coal mine. When it comes to cancer, potentially tens of thousands of antigens introduced into their systems. Harm outweighs benefits with most vaccines. Amish don't have autism like the rest of Americans do. Simian virus 40, oncogenic transgenerationally spread to children from vaccinated parents. It's associated with a wide range of cancers. SV40, mesothelioma, and other hard-to-treat cancers. Diploid cells from live fetuses and animals. HIV is a retrovirus. These non-HIV retroviral infections are being used to improve children's immunity. No one would engage the vaccine schedule if they knew. Cochrane database reviews, none of the vaccines used today have been found to be safe. They don't do carcinogenicity studies because they know they cause cancer. Wheatgrass, some get sick, some have an excellent effect. Chlorophyll allows mitochondria to capture sunlight and make ATP and increase longevity. This way we can be photoheterotrophs. Red light can penetrate deep into our body and brain. Sugar can induce cancerous phenotype in cells. Sugar is a cancer risk. It doesn't just feed cancer. Cancer loves to ferment glucose. Puffed rice might feed cancer better than sugar. High quality protein sources. Whey protein from plant kingdom. Protein can also be converted to sugar, so it's important to be aware of it. Enoctibus. That's a great name, eh?
What is that?
That Enoctibus.
Oh, yeah.
Ginger, turmeric, habaneros, boil, blend it, use glass container. Sounds terrible. Mutaglucan is a product he takes every morning. He gets it through the company called Better Way of Health. Eat lots of vegetables. He will not eat anything that doesn't have seeds. Genesis 1:29. Fruit bearing seeds. He thinks sugarcane is healthy. He used to chew the cane all day. No problem. GMO is worst thing to hit the earth. Ty says it means God move over. Master Cleanse is his cure and cure-all. Kick-em juice. And we actually thought the guy seemed a little nutty, but anyway. Dr. Eric Zelinsky. Essential oil, no vitamin or mineral. What is in there are organic compounds like ketones, esters, terpenes, alcohols, plant chemicals, including antioxidant properties. Ayurvedic model. Indians use lemon essential oil for everything. Australia use melaleuca. Oregon and Washington use peppermint. Many oils have overlapping properties. All oils have cancer effect. Frankincense produces apoptosis in cancer cells. Essential oils prevent angiogenesis. Metastatic growth prevents DNA repair. Sandalwood triggers the DNA to not repair itself, so cancer died that way. In essential oils, they work together in a synergistic approach. Others combined work in different ways. Myrrh, increase immunity healing, but he hasn't found any studies specifically on myrrh and cancer. Myth that essential oils are dangerous to consume orally. Peppermint helps with IBS. Inhale through nose and get the oils into brains quickly. Oxidative stress causes all disease, and essential oils fight against all of that. Cell selectivity targets pathogens. You can use essential oils to replace all the toxins in your life. 75% of hand sanitizers contain triclosan, a registered pesticide since 1969. The volatile organic compounds in hand soap, air fresheners are killing us. Replace with healthy alternatives. His kids have never been vaccinated and only hit McDonald's on a road trip. When we were immunized, we got a half a dozen or a dozen shots. Now kids are lined up for 50 vaccinations. That's all I'm going to read for now. That's enough.